Hey, hello everybody, it's Russ with strategyfiend.com again here for the second installment in our Super Beginner series. The first video in the series covered how the pieces move, what they're called. So if you don't know those things already, you'll want to go back and watch that before you get into this one. If you already have that down, you haven't played for a while, you still may want to do it. Otherwise, let's just jump right in. Right now we're going to cover capturing. And all pieces capture by landing on the square that is occupied by the enemy. So let's demonstrate that. And let's say that we remember that the knight can move 1, 2 over, and this is an unprotected pawn, and so the knight could capture by landing on it. Right? Straightforward enough. And this is going to be a very straightforward video, by the way. So all pieces capture the same way that they move. We're not hopping over pieces like checkers. We're moving, we're landing on a square that is occupied by an opponent's piece, and removing that piece from the board. And it would go down something like that, which would make that some pretty bad play. As a matter of fact, there we go. Now I said that all the pieces capture the same way they move, and that was an outright lie. The pawns have some funny different rules to them, two specifically. Pawns do not capture forward, so these pawns are immune to capture from one another. However, oops, it's white to move. Should white move here, pawns do capture diagonally and forward. Always forward with pawns, never backwards. Not moving, not capturing, not sideways capturing, nothing. Always forward to move, forward and diagonally to capture. Okay? Another interesting aspect of pawn captures is probably the least known rule for the general public in terms of chess rules. It's called Ambassad, and in the first video we talked about how a pawn on its original square has the option to start out by moving 2 squares. Well, we can see that in doing so, it would hop over the square where it could have been captured by this pawn. So if the black player chooses to exercise that option and move 2 squares, he's avoided capture, right? Well, sort of. For one turn only, and it has to be immediately, right after this move is made, white has the option of capturing, and you'll see the computer just does it automatically, by moving to the square where the where the pawn would have occupied had it only moved 1. Okay, so if the pawn had only moved 1 square, the bishop could have, the pawn could have captured it, but it moved 2, and yet for one turn only, this decision has to be made right now. White can capture, and that's called capturing en passant. I believe it's French for in passing. I'll let you look that up on your own. Regardless of what it's called, that's the rule. If, however, I decide I don't want to do that for whatever reason, and then you do something and I say, I probably should have done that, now you can see that the repeated denial by the system is indicating that that's against the rules. Okay, so I think that covers capturing rules. Next video we're going to get into piece value and what makes up piece value, what is a fair trade, what is an uneven trade, and that should take us to the next step. So remember to subscribe and like, and yeah, that should do it. Make comments, questions. If I'm not clear on something, or if I missed a point, or if I was just flat out confusing, leave it in the notes and I'll clarify for sure. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.